When we talk about multi-employer pension plan and the crisis that we're confronting, we often talk about plans slated to go insolvent. When we talk about plans like Central States and United Mine Workers, it's important to remember, however, that PBGC has been paying assistance to many smaller insolvent plans for a long period of time. How many plans are currently relying on PBGC for financial assistance?
72.
72. If PBGC were to go insolvent, as has been depicted by some, what would be the impact on multi-employer retirees who will then be relying on PBGC for benefit payments?
That's an important point. If not only will future participants in future plans that go insolvent be cut to the bare minimum, but the ones that are already getting assistance will be cut.
Acknowledging that the mine workers will likely be insolvent by then, this is all likely before plans like the Central States and other very large plans become insolvent, correct?
Yes.
Okay. What are the chances PBGC could become insolvent before 2025?
I think there's a good chance that it happens in 2024. By good, not more than 50%. It's somewhere below 50%. But it could happen in 2024. We don't believe it'll happen before then, just based on the plans we see coming in. And there's a tiny chance that it could happen in 2026. But we're about 90% certain that it'll happen by the end of 2025.
Mr. Reeder, why, given the climate that you've noticed across America today, why are the American people not paying more attention to what is happening to pension planning everywhere?
That's a philosophical question.
It's philosophical, but it's entirely relevant to what's happening everywhere. I read a piece this morning about a state on the East Coast where I believe that $119 billion in liability is out there on the public side. From time to time, we discuss the realities of what's happened with 401k plans, the catch-up provisions that happened after the recession, people working longer. There's been pretty staggering consequences for retirement, and yet it doesn't seem to gain the same traction that many other controversial issues do every day in America. When you consider that there are people that are looking at, in the audience perhaps today, that are looking at their pensions being cut in half?
I think when you're looking at the answer, by the way, in public, state, and local may be different, but I think when you're looking at compensation packages, I think there's a human tendency to look at what you get today. Health care, cash, other benefits that you're using today. And if you have a limited pot, I think you're less likely to put a significant amount of that limited pot into the benefits that you're going to get in 20 years or 30 years.
Mm-hmm. Is it safe to say that most pension plans today in America, they would need a return of north of 7.5% to 8% annually to remain solvent?
I certainly wouldn't say that about most pension plans, but I would say that about most critical and declining. They would need significantly higher earnings than that to become solvent. And I think that's true with other plans that aren't critical and declining. There are some yellow zone plans and other red zone plans that would need earnings in north of that to stay afloat.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.